Hello. Hi, friends. So it's your friend Sarah here once again. And thank you all for joining. I hope I hope you're telling your friends. I hope you're telling your friends that we have started. Okay, so today we're talking about when you fall in love with the wrong person. Hi, the first person who has joined. Thank you for joining. So we're talking about what do you do when you fall in love with the wrong person. Now, I might say that falling in love is the most beautiful thing anybody will want. The feeling is awesome. I'm trying to log on onto the my machine. Hello. Hi, Collins. How do you see it? Is the lighting okay? I just want to have some feedback from you. So if you don't mind sharing with me, I would appreciate it so much. Okay, so here you are, Madam Beautiful, Mr. Handsome, and you find yourself in love, so much in love, head over heels, with this Prince Charming. You're in love with Prince Charming, you're in love with Princess Charming, and you seem not to know how to go about it. They are all you can think of, they are all you can imagine. In fact, they are all you want in your life. So, what do you do about it? And the good thing is that, as I said, love is beautiful. Love is all you want. Okay. I remember when I first fell in love. Okay, it's okay. Thank you for your feedback. I remember when I fell in love. In fact, I'm still I'm still in love, and the feeling is awesome. But it becomes problematic when you are in love with the wrong person. Like the you're in love with the wrong person. They don't appreciate the love you have for them. Now we want to find out who is this wrong person. How do you determine a wrong person? Who is a wrong person? Number one, I would just want to go straight to the point because I don't want to spend a lot of time on this today. Now let's identify who a wrong person is. A wrong person is someone, the first one, someone you are so much in love with that does not. Okay, thank you for the feedback. Just Shusa. Yeah. Okay, the lightning is perfect. Thank you. All right. So a wrong person is someone that you love that doesn't love you. They don't love you. In fact, you told them I'm in love with you and all that, and they're like, I don't love you. They are from the onset. That's a wrong person there. You can keep hoping that they will love you one day. You can keep praying that they love you one day, but as long as they don't love you, they are wrong people. That person is a wrong person. You are channeling your energy towards the wrong person. That's one thing I want you to know. So the first one, somebody who doesn't love you. They've told you point blank. The second one is somebody that you are so much in love with, and they claim that they love you, but the thing is that they tend to be very abusive. Okay, they are abusive. They insult you. They emotionally abuse you. They don't make you feel loved. That's a wrong person right there. The other type is somebody who is a womanizer or who is promiscuous. So yes, they say they love you. Yes, you love them, but hey, they are always cheating on you. In fact, you have caught them cheating on you several locations, and each one they come and tell you, I'm sorry, you know I love you, and it keeps going on and on. Right there, that person is a wrong person. You are giving your energy to the wrong person. They're cheating on you. Don't waste that energy that you have on such a person. They are as a wrong person right there. The other one is somebody that you are in love with. They claim they love you too, but they frustrate you. You know, you get to a point where you're like, why am I doing this? They are always making you cry. It's like the abusive nature I'm talking about. Right there, that's a wrong person there. So we've talked about two. The third wrong person is a married person. A married person is a wrong person. And why am I saying this? You know this person is married. Let's say this person is your boss. Let's say this person is your sister's husband. Let's say this person is your brother's wife. Right there, it's a wrong person. But the thing is, you're in love with this person. I mean, I'll come to this point, but I'll tell you, don't blame yourself so much. You are in love with the person. But the fact that you're in love with the person is not the end of the matter. Because if we all go about just chasing those we fall in love with, this world is going to be very, very chaotic. So a married person is a wrong person. So now that we have identified some wrong people, now we have to go to the point of saying, okay, now what do I do when I find myself loving this person? I know this person is married. I know this person is my sister's husband. I know this person is my brother's wife. But I love her. I love him. So what do I do? So if you're joining me, please tell your friends, because we are going to definitely learn something very, very, very important here. All right. So now that we have identified the wrong people, let's go to how we can deal with this. First of all, we have something we call self-acceptance. I want you to accept the fact that you are in love with them. There is no need fighting it. There is no need denying it. There's no need crying about it. And why am I in love with them? And why are you so stupid, Sarah? And why are you doing this? There's no need. Just accept it that, yes, here I am in love with this person that I'm not supposed to love. Accept it. Okay? Accept it. It was your choice. I don't want to say that it wasn't your fault or it was your fault. But at the end of the day, it is your choice. Some people might say that, oh, I don't know what happened. I just found myself loving him. No, that's not true. Falling in love is a choice. But sometimes it can happen intentionally or unintentionally. I'll give you an example. When I was on campus, I had this crush. I would say it was a crush, or I fell in love with this guy. He's a dark, tall guy. And what triggered that feeling for him was because of his smile. Oh my God. When I saw him smile, it was like, ah. Now that I think of it, it's so funny. But his smiles were killing me. It's like, I just said, I'm like, ah. And the first time I saw him, he was playing table tennis. And, I think I was also playing table tennis, but I was waiting for them to finish. And the energy, the enthusiasm the guy was putting in playing the table tennis, and how he would pause and smile and laugh, it was just killing me. Just because of his smiles. But then it lasted for just about a month because I had to think beyond it. But then, yeah, it was my choice because I fell in love with his smiles. So you can't say it wasn't your fault or it was a net that grabbed you. You went into it yourself. I'll tell you another one. A friend of mine fell in love with her husband. If she's listening to me, she knows herself. She fell in love with her husband just because of his hands. She was like, I just loved his hands. And this guy played the piano. And she used to sing in church, this choristers and the pianist, the instrumentalist. So she was like, anytime I saw his hands, like anytime I saw him playing the piano, I just fell in love with him. It was just because of his hands. I don't know what is making you fall in love with this girl or with this man that's you are unstoppable, but there might be a reason why. It might be their height, it might be their color, it might be their smiles, it might be their eyes, it might be their physique, anything. But here you are, you're in love. So just accept it that yes, I love this person. The other one is that I want you, now that you've accepted the fact that yes, I'm in love with this person, I want you to practice what we call self-compassion. Have compassion on yourself, especially when you know this is a wrong meet. I'm in love with the wrong person. Have mercy on yourself. Talk to yourself. We have something we call mindful self-talk. This is where you talk to yourself. Go to the mirror and ask yourself, okay, Sarah, why are you in love with Mr. ABC. Yes, you are in love with him, but why? And he is not treating you well. You deserve better than this, Sarah. He has been insulting you. He has not been picking your calls. In fact, he has told you he doesn't want you. Or in fact, this person is married and he loves his wife. So what do? You talk to yourself. Don't blame yourself. Don't insult yourself. Maybe, let's say maybe if you have even committed abortions. That's why I posted something on my page about abortion. And a lot of girls call me and say, I even aborted for him. I aborted twice for him. I aborted 3 times for him. Okay, that's something for another day. But yet, here you are, you're self-condemning yourself. Why am I doing this? You're so stupid. Why did you do abortion? Like, you keep condemning yourself. Now I want you to come to a point where you have mercy upon you. Forgive yourself. That's what I'm trying to let you know. Accept it and now forgive yourself. Forgive yourself that you are going through this situation. Don't be hard on yourself. That is what we call self-compassion. And when you come to a point where you can forgive yourself, when you come to a point where you can say, okay, Sarah, it's okay. I know you're hurting. I know he's hurting you. I know she's hurting you. But just forgive him or just forgive yourself. You deserve better than this. It is when you get to this point that you can depend on God's mercy for you. It is when you get to this point that you can trust God to see you through this process. Until you do these 2 steps, you are really hurting yourself. Until you accept and have mercy on yourself, you are really going to hurt throughout your life. So now that you've done these 2 things, now I want to explain something about falling in love with you. I was amazed when I was doing my research to find out that falling in love is like an addiction. In fact, it's addictive, it's an addiction. So sometimes you might be saying that, oh, some people are addicted to this, some people are addicted. When you fall in love, right there, you are addicted. You are also having an addiction. I never knew. But thinking of it, I realize it's true. I'm so addicted to my husband. Like everybody knows. You wouldn't hear Sarah talking without talking about her husband. And that's the same thing for my husband. So just get it. Anytime you fall in love, you have become addicted. So now that you are addicted to this person, this wrong person, what do? It's just like any other addiction. If you want to stop an addiction, you distract yourself. And I think we will come to that. But just get it, that romantic love is an addiction. So now you are addicted to this person. The science will tell us that, or neuroscience will tell you that when you fall in love with somebody, there's this hormone that is produced. And this hormone is called dopamine or what's the name again? Oxytocin. I know the scientist people would agree with me. So dopamine and oxytocin, and this produces pleasure. You know, it gives you pleasure when you think of the person. You're so happy. You feel like you're flying. So you get that addiction. But then the fact that you are addicted doesn't mean anything. The next one I want to talk about is that when you fall in love with somebody, don't think that is a special prerogative for you, or that person is reserved only for you. That's the mistake we all most of the times do. When we fall in love with a person, we think that we deserve the person. We think the person must be ours. Like, I'm in love with you, you have to be mine. That's not true. It's not a special prerogative for you. Do you know that the same person that you are in love with, somebody else is also in love with that person? The fact that I'm married and my husband loves me doesn't stop somebody else from loving me. And in fact, somebody might be watching me. In fact, you are falling in love with me already. But the thing is that maybe you will not get my love back. But it doesn't stop you from loving me. The fact that you're married, that's why I always tell couples that the fact that you're married doesn't mean that you cannot fall in love with somebody else. You can. But the thing is that you don't have to follow it up. So don't think that you are in love with Mr. A and you are the only one in love with him. It's not true. Somebody else might be in love with that person. So there are certain circumstances where 5 people might be in love with the same person at the same time. So don't kill yourself for loving this person who doesn't love you back. Or don't stress yourself for loving this. Somebody else might be in love with that person. So it is not a special prerogative. It's not specially for you. You don't have the privilege alone to love that person. Once you understand that, it would help you in how to go about things. Okay, so the other thing is that the fact that you are in love with somebody doesn't mean that they are supposed to be your spouse. Growing up, I had friends who said, Sarah, I'm in love with you. And I said, okay. They said, yes, I love you, so I have to marry you, or we can marry. And I'm like, no, the fact that you love me doesn't mean that I'm supposed to be your wife. So please, my dear brother or my dear sister listening to me, the fact that you are in love with her doesn't mean that she is supposed to be your wife. Hi, Eunice. The fact that you're in love with her doesn't mean she's supposed to be your wife or your husband. You see, that is where we see a lot of corruption. I know. Say, why you are late? Next time, don't be late. That is where we need more education here. And there is a lot of corruption happening here. So somebody will see a married person, and once they think they love the person, they want to go all out to snatch the person from the wife. It's evil. It's evil. You are in love with them, but doesn't mean that they are supposed to be yours. Please understand this. Understand it. Don't go and kill yourself. Don't go and cast a spell on them because they have to be yours or nobody else. That's evil. So let's understand that. Now, the main thing I want to talk to you about here is how the brain works when you are in love. So there is something we call neuroplasticity. This is the ability of the brain to rewire itself. Please, my students, take notes. I'll ask questions. Neuroplasticity. It means that the brain is flexible. It has the ability to rewire itself. So the fact that you are falling in love with this person, it is your brain that is sending your neurons, they are sending or they are transmitting information to your body. These same neurons can transmit different information to your body. So let's say when you are sad, these neurons will send information to your body that she is sad. When you are happy, these same neurons will send information to your body that she is happy. When you are in love, these same neurons will send information to your body that she is in love, she is high. But then you have the ability to rewire your brain. I told you that when you fall in love, it's like an addiction. If somebody is addicted to cocaine or is addicted to pornography and they want to stop, the only thing you do is that you redirect your thinking. You distract yourself with something else. So now that you think you can help it, the only thing you have to do is to change, rewire your brains. Begin to think differently. Let's say, even the research I was doing was talking about your environment. Your environment plays a key role in these things. Let's say in your room, you had his pictures all over. You had her pictures all over. Now you realize that the relationship is becoming toxic. It's not helping. The first thing, you have to remove all the pictures. It's just like when somebody dies and you want to forget about the person. You try to remove their pictures. If there are certain things that you people used to do that reminds you, you try to delete them. Some people advise that you can delete their contacts, delete the WhatsApp messages you've had with them. So that's why most people will block the person or something like that. You need to distract yourself from thinking about this person. Keep your mind busy. Maybe it's about playing love songs that get you thinking about this person. Distract yourself. Your brain is able to do it. I had a friend get in touch with me, I think 2018. And this guy was literally dying for this lady. He was so much in love with this lady who says that she doesn't want him anymore. So when he got in touch, you could see the desperation. Even the messages, the text message he sent, it was full of mistakes. And I could understand what the guy was going through. But after I spoke to him, his brain quickly just switched. It's as if, something, a scale being removed from your eye. And he was like, I can't believe I was so much in love with this girl. I can't believe I was so much in love with it. And that was the end of it. So it's just about changing your mindset. Stop thinking about him. Do something else. Rewire your brain. Renew your mind. And that is going to help you. I believe everybody has the ability. Everybody has the ability to do this. So don't think you've come to a dead end. I can't do anything about it. I'm going to kill myself. Or if I don't marry her, I will never marry somebody else again. Anybody else. If I don't marry him, I will never marry him. That's a lie. No matter how hurt you are. Helen Fisher is an anthropologist. She will tell you that time heals the brain. Time heals the brain. It's just a matter of time, and you can just get over it. I'll come back to the mindful self-talk. Talk to yourself. Encourage yourself. Tell yourself, I deserve better than this. Don't sit down and weep over him or her. Don't sit down and I was talking to a friend yesterday. He was telling me the problems going on in his relationship. And he was like, you know what? For about a week now, I realized that I've not been able to eat well. It was like, I've not been able to eat well, and I know something is going wrong. Please don't allow yourself to get to that point. Thank you, Sarah. Don't allow yourself to get to that point where you are losing your life. It was your choice. You chose to fall in love with them. It wasn't, please get this rightly. It's not a web. It's not a net that grabbed you. You went into it yourself. So if you were able to go into it yourself, then you are able to come out yourself. One thing that might also help you after self-talking to yourself is to talk to somebody else. You know, sometimes you know certain things, but you just need a third person or a second person to just tell you. The words you hear are very powerful. So maybe as you're listening to me right now, you're beginning to reason. You're beginning to reason widely. And things, as you're listening to me, your brain is rewiring itself. That's why we always say that pay attention to what you listen to. Pay attention to what you watch. So talk to somebody. Talk to somebody you respect. And when I was in the senior high school, I fell in love so much with somebody. And it got to a point, it was disturbing my academics. I was just about writing Wasi. Yeah, Wasi. And was it Wasi? Yeah, Wasi. I when we were doing our mock exams, I collapsed literally. I collapsed. I fainted. Me. In essence, I fainted. I was rushed to the hospital. But in my mind, I knew that I was obsessed with this person. And I was thinking too much. Instead of concentrating on my academics, I was thinking so much about this person. I fainted. And I realized that if I don't take care, I might not be able to finish my senior high school. What did I do? I went to speak with my headmistress. I was very close with her. So I went to talk to her that this is what is happening to me. I know I'm a brilliant student. I don't want to fail my exams. But this is what I'm going through. And may God bless her heart and grant her peace. May her soul rest in peace. She advised me. She gave me the right words that I needed at that time. And that was the end of it. It's like magical. Immediately I left her office. I don't know where the feelings went. I don't know where the passion went. It just left. And I was able to concentrate on my academics and pass my exams. So maybe you are listening to me. You are at this point. I need you to talk to somebody. You can talk to me. I'm always available. You can talk to somebody you respect. And that person would really help you. The last thing I told you, I don't want to talk much about this. But the last thing I'm stressing again is that time heals the brain. Don't be too hard on yourself. If you're going through a broken heart situation, if you're going through a depressing situation, as you keep rewiring your brains, it's just a matter of time. And you will come out of it. Your brains will stop producing that hormone that you think is making you fall in love with that person. And before you know, you see that person and you don't feel anything. Just feel like telling you this, please. Don't allow yourself, don't feed on your emotions to lead you to do evil. Please, as I said, the fact that you're in love with them doesn't mean that you are supposed to have them. I have so many stories. In the university, I fell in love so much with this man. But I got to a point I knew we couldn't marry because he was far older than me. Can you believe I got to a point where I was telling myself that maybe I should get pregnant for him so that he will marry me? That was so silly of me to think like that. I got to a point where I felt If I want to grab him to myself, maybe I should get pregnant for him. Here I am, I was a virgin. Like in the university, and because I think I'm so much in love with this person, I was willing to even break my virgin and even get pregnant. How silly. I just thank God I didn't do that, because I had good friends who advised me. Please don't allow yourself, don't feed on these emotions to lead you to sin, to lead you to destroy your future. What would have happened to me if I had allowed myself to sleep with this man and to get pregnant? Now, by the grace of God, I'm happily married. I have 2 kids and I have the peace of mind. Imagine if I had pushed myself to have a child out of wedlock. That would have been a different story. And I know most of you are listening to me. Maybe you've already found yourself in that situation. And that's not the end of the world. But if you haven't found yourself in this situation yet, please don't allow yourself to get to that point. As we're talking about marriage, now I'm talking to you like brothers and sisters. Now I'm talking to you like brothers and sisters, and I believe somebody is being held by this. Let's say that you are in love with a married person. You know the person is married. It's even more dangerous if the person is also showing signs that they also love you. But you know it's wrong. Your instincts are telling you it's wrong. I don't have to date this married person, or I don't even have to hope that he comes to marry me. But because you're not able to control these emotions, you just allow yourself. And before you know, you're already pregnant with this married man who is not ready to divorce the wife for you. And now here you are, beautiful girl. Your education is now hanging. Your future is now hanging because you allowed yourself to go. I gave an example of this guy who was sleeping with a married woman. He knew she was a married woman, but he just couldn't help himself. When the husband of the wife found out that this guy was sleeping with the wife, I don't know what he did. But as I'm talking to you right now, I don't know whether the guy is alive or dead. He got so sick, he got paralyzed. Somebody who has just completed university. There was so much future ahead of him. But what did he do? He allowed his lust, his passion to lead him on. And now I don't know whether he's dead or he's alive. You're listening to me, don't allow yourself to go. Pray about it. It's God. God is love. If this love is genuine and this love is going to help you in your future, the Lord himself knows how to work things out for you. But if this feeling you are having is not going to help you in your future, pray that God, take it out of me. Take it out of me. When I was very young, I prayed this prayer. After senior high school, after my experience, I told God, never allow me to fall in love with somebody who doesn't love me. And this prayer has helped me until now. Maybe you want to join me and say this prayer that God, never allow me to fall in love with somebody who doesn't love me. I can go on and on and on and on and on, but I'm just leaving you with this. If they are wrong and you have come to know that they are wrong, you can do something about it. You have the power to bring yourself out of that relationship by rewiring your brains. I got to know that, do you know that in a day, science says that we have about 70,000 thoughts in a day. These are how many things we think in our mind a day, about 70,000. So out of these 70,000, you need to restructure it. You need to determine what you are thinking at every point in time. Don't just allow thoughts to just be moving through your mind. Self-talk. Remind yourself, stop thinking this way. Stop fantasizing of being in bed with him. You know that you've broken up. You know it's not possible. You know he's wrong. Yet what do? You are in the bed, imagining how it will be to be in his arms. Imagining how it will be to be sleeping with him. You are not helping yourself. Stop thinking that way. Think about something else, and it's going to help you come out of this. I hope this is going to help somebody. If you have any questions, I'll just give like 2 minutes. If you have any question, just let me know. You can bring it here so I can answer. But if you don't have any question, I'll just leave here. Sarah, do you have any question, or Eunice? You can let me know. Or Josephat. But at the end of the day, that's what we're talking about. Rewire your brain. You send yourself in and you can bring yourself out. by thinking differently, by self-talking yourself, by accepting, self-compassionate, and then bring yourself out. And most importantly, talking to somebody that would help you. It is my prayer that God will lead the right people for you. It is my prayer that you will not fall in love with the wrong person. It is my prayer that even if you fall in love with the wrong person, you would be able to come out. And I pray that you get the best in your life. One thing, please know that you deserve the best. You deserve the best. Don't settle for less. Oh, you have a question? Okay. Chukuka. Please, can you ask your question? But as I was saying, you deserve the best. Don't settle for less. Don't settle for anything that God will not desire for you. Collins, I'm waiting for your question, if you don't mind. Or do you want to ask later so that I come and answer for you? Okay, guys, so I'm going to wrap up here. I believe this lesson has helped all of us today to rewire our brains. And by the grace of God, we will learn to fall in love with the right person. Okay, thank you so much, and God bless you. Keep listening to this over and over and over again until it gets into your subconscious mind that I can do this. I'm not going to allow myself. Don't just listen to it and put it down. Keep listening to it, and the more you listen to it, it will help your brains to rewire and produce new hormones. And kindly share to your friends that they can do it. They are not stuck. They can come out. All right, Colin, so I will come back and answer your question later. Thank you all for joining today. Have a blessed... Oh, he brought a question. Okay. My girlfriend of 3 years is abusive, always getting angry easily with me. Well, I guess you know the right thing. You deserve the best, Collins Dara. You deserve the best. If this girlfriend is being abusive and she's always getting angry, of course, you have to break up. That's the thing. You deserve the best. You deserve somebody who will cherish you and who would love you like the way you want to be loved. And always think about the future. If now, after 3 years, she's being abusive, she's getting angry with you and misbehaving, what will happen after 5 years of marriage? And you know that people say familiarity brings contempt. The more you get familiar with somebody, the more you take them for granted. And it's a warning to those of us who are married. We should never get to a point where we feel what do you call it? No, we take our spouses for granted. Once you start taking them for granted, that's it. That's going to be the end of your marriage. So if you are dating Collins, no, you are dating Collins and she's already abusive, it's a red flag. Don't even allow yourself to get there. And know you can come out. You can come out of it. You fell in love with her. You can fall out of love with her. And I believe it's going to help you. Thank you all, guys. So if you have any question, you can drop it. I'll make sure to monitor it and I'll answer. God bless you all and keep you safe. Amen. Bye.